We grab the life as he's doing his attack. Eat, let's go, baby. Grab the thing, grab the thing. Woo. Let's go, dude. Oh, I have to stand in the middle. Oh, dude. Oh no, bro. Next. For the clan. Ah, give us all the loot. Let's go. I need more. What the hell? Can I not walk out of that anymore? More. Oh, payback for the disgusting fat lady. Oh, hello. So happy right now, dude. No, no, no. we were over capped on life. He couldn't even one-shot slam us. We're still going. We're still going. 2 bosses. Let's go, dude. Yes. Yes, dude. Oh, what are bosses anymore, dude? Let's go. Hey, YouTube. I'm just Anthony. Welcome back to another Path of Exile 2 video. This video, I want to cover our Blood Mage build for the Dawn of the Hunt League. I made a video right before this league started that's saying I was going to still play my Blood Mage and I was going to try to recreate our one button all content Blood Mage that we played in the early access league, the very first league. And I'm happy to say still functional, still works. We had to do a lot of changes. The skill tree has been changed around. We're going to be changing around gear and equipment. But the basis is still there. We're still using that very nice Choir of the Storm. We're still going to be utilizing Cast on Critical, 100% critical strike chance on all of our abilities at all times. We don't need any setup to do that. We're just going to have 100% crit chance all the time. We have that instant leech with the Atziri gloves that we're using. So it's been fantastic. The footage you saw at the video, the initial part of this video was what happened at the end of our stream today. We found one of those new unique maps that you can summon 10 bosses just back to back to back to back. I did put a T15 in there because I wanted to test our build. We had just acquired our last ascendancy point today. We beat the Trial Master and that fully unlocked the build. Without Sunder the Flesh, our final ascendancy point, the build is not like as strong as it could be. It's not at its full potential. When we get Sunder the Flesh, oh my, it just, everything gets unlocked and it's time to just dominate. It's fantastic. You're back to just casting one spark and clearing the screen. That's how it should be. That's how everybody wants it to be. So we killed all those bosses. It was great. And our gear is still budget. So each one of those bosses had, I believe, over 1 million HP. And if you go back and watch, they just get deleted. They're gone. And that was our first bossing, I guess you could say, practice with the standard variant after we got our last ascendancy finalized and we got our atlas tree, or sorry, our skill tree finished. So I don't want to rant too long. I've already been ranting a lot. I'm going to quickly cover the skill gems, quickly cover the skill tree, and then talk about how we're going to be advancing this. This is the first iteration of the standard variant. So just this week version of it, can dominate tier 15s. It's just a weak standard variant. None of our gear is high budget. I put 2 divines into this. 2 divines. That's what I put into this this character so far, and it just smashes T15s. It's fantastic. We're going to be able to do at least up to tier 2 pinnacle bosses, no problem, as soon as we start farming our breach splinters and such. So jumping right into the abilities, we have our, ignoring the wand ability, power siphon, it's just what comes on the wand. We have our lightning bolt. This comes from our Choir of the Storm amulet. We're going to be using concentrated effect, considered casting, spell echo, and ingenuity. It does have a global cooldown, and we can make that global cooldown go lower with increased cooldown recovery. So the standard global cooldown for it is 0.5 seconds. We have it, I believe, like 0.3 seconds. We also have some high-end tech that we're going to be using later on down the road, a lot of currency required, where we're going to get that cooldown down even more. So hopefully we can have lightning bolt proc even more times later down the road. We have life remnants, which comes from our ascendancy, cannibalism, so we get health back every time we kill stuff, and herbalism, so our life flasks are better when we do have to hit that life flask button. Now that we're fully ascended, our leech, oh, it's amazing. We almost don't need these, but they are quality of life. Having both of these will make you feel a little bit more comfortable. Moving on to Spark, this is the main ability that you're going to be casting the majority of your gameplay, and is just going to delete everything on your screen, including bosses. It's the same gameplay for whether you're clearing a map or killing bosses. You cast Spark, crit everything, watch everything die. We're going to be using Arcane Tempo, Inspiration, Pierce, Acceleration, Orb of Storms. Currently, we have this on the build to help enhance our bossing, mainly so we can proc electrocute a lot faster on bossing, and it is a lot of extra damage as well. This is only 3-socketed for now. We have Magnified Effect, Electrocute, and Neuro Overload. So you drop the Orb of Storms right when the boss is about to, start their intro animation to initiate combat, and then you can just back up a little bit and start casting Spark for the remainder of the fight. The remainder of the fight is going to be a couple seconds. It's not going to be very long. Cast on critical, this is a big part of our damage. We have Impetus, Energy Retention, Arc, and Life Tap. So, because we still have mana, we have not converted to a Blood Magic build yet, where all of our abilities take our health. We are still mana based, and this is actually very, very nice currently for the standard variation. It gives you a little room to be safer and not spend so much of your life casting all your abilities. For some people, that's dangerous, especially right now in the standard version when we're very early in the league. I only have 2,000 life. That's not a lot of life. I'm going to try not to hurt myself as much as possible. But cast on critical, it procs non-stop. We cannot sustain the mana. If cast on critical is proccing that many times, our mana is gone instantly. So we need to use life tap on cast on critical for now on the standard variant, while we're going to be farming all the way up to the high end variant until we're ready to possibly convert over to that blood magic. And then we're going to be moving a lot of gems around. You're going to probably see electrocute on our arc loop. We will have a looping arc. We are also thinking about in the future on a high-end variant putting another trigger on the build. So we'll have multiple triggers because the build can most likely handle multiple triggers. Again, that is going to be a later high-end variant that we're going to be working towards. If you would like to see that, come on over to Twitch. We're going to be spending the next week or weeks building into the high-end variant and just getting this as strong as we can before we like to move on to other characters and enjoy more parts of the game as well. I'm looking at the Lich, of course. It looks very good. Moving on over to the gear. Some of this gear is going to be exactly the same that I already showed in the early mapping phase. Our focus is still the same focus I was using in the early mapping variant, where it has critical hit chance with spells, +1 all spell skills, lightning damage, and some crit multi. That's all. I don't have +2 to skills. Now, I did buy this wand right here for 2 divines. That is where my 2 divines has recently gone. It's got spell damage, lightning damage, 141 mana, +3 to level of all lightning skills, 79% increased critical hit chance, and 22% critical spell damage bonus. We want that crit chance. We want that critical spell damage bonus. Those are the main things that we are stacking on the build. These are the main stats. Now, if you're going budget and you're trying to be able to afford the build, going lower levels on the additional lightning spell skills or all spell skills, don't forget that you could use all spell skills or lightning spell skills, can have you a cheaper wand. The initial wand I was using for the early mapping variant had a +2 to lightning spells. It had like, I think a little less than 70% critical hit chance, and it had no critical damage bonus. It was literally, and it had like small amount of spell damage and like mana on it. It was not the greatest wand, and it took us all the way to T15s. It helped us, you know, get all the way into the end game, and then I spent what little currency I got on a better wand so we can go kill Trial Master and such. All the rest of our gear is just budget rare items, budget helmet, a budget chest piece. This chest piece does have some spirit on it for the implicit. It got rolled on it. You are going to need a little extra spirit if you want to run everything, including the cannibalism, the herbalism. You're going to need a little bit of extra spirit. Getting that spirit on your chest piece is a good way to do it. Choir of the Storm is required for this build. It's part of the main damage of the build. Our critical hits ignore enemy monster lightning resistance. All of our abilities crit. We have 100% crit at all times, so any damage we do is always going to ignore the monster resistances. That's fantastic. And then we trigger Lightning Bolt on critical hit. Once again, we are a 100% critical hit chance, so Lightning Bolt is going to be proccing nonstop. Currently, it's like 0.36 seconds. So we have a few Lightning Bolts a second are hitting the target. It's amazing. Adziri's Acuity gives us instant life leech for critical hits only. You know what it is? We already only crit. So all of our damage is instant leech. And because of our Ascendancy Vitality Siphon and our Ascendancy, we leech 10% of damage dealt. So the stronger and stronger and stronger our character gets, and that 10% number grows bigger and bigger, you're always going to be instantly leeching that amount of damage. So the stronger you get, you're going to end up leeching thousands of damage every single second or millisecond. Every time damage goes out, Lightning Bolt hitting every 0.3 seconds, you know, every time damage goes out, you're going to be healing for just insane amounts of damage. So in the late game, once we get to our high-end version, you have to be one shot. You physically have to be hit and die in one hit, even from pinnacle bosses and stuff like that, or your character will not die. It will instantaneously heal back to full health within a split second. Within one frame, you'll be back to full health because of the amount of outgoing damage you have and healing you. It's fantastic. My rings are just crappy rings that I found during mapping or the campaign. If you look at this one, it has cold damage, lightning damage, life, strength, fire resist, and leech physical. The added cold damage to attacks doesn't do anything for us. The leech physical doesn't do anything for us as mana. I have 2 dead stats on this ring, so it's a 4 mod ring, pretty dead. This ring over here, cold damage to attacks does nothing for us, and then everything, fire damage does nothing for us. And then we have life, some rarity, attributes, mana regen. I got this ring at in the cruel difficulty. If you look, it's item level 52, requires level 40 to use. I've been wearing this ring since the campaign, and now I'm clearing T15 maps and about to start pinnacles, and I can still use this ring. This build is not heavily dependent on insane gear. You just need the 2 required uniques. These 2 uniques are required, and you just need a good wand and focus with critical hit chance high amounts of critical hit chance, and then of course try to get those levels for your skill gems and increase spell damage, lightning damage, whatever you can get. If you get a pretty good wand and focus, all the rest of your gear is just trying to get your resistances up and trying to get your life up so you can survive a little bit. Fantastic. Belt, I'll show that real quick. Just an average belt. It's got charm charges gained. I don't care about charm charges. Life, low tier mana 1, cold lightning, life regen, physical thorns damage I really don't care about. That does nothing for me either. So I just wanted to show you guys how powerful this build is without the necessity for insane gear to do a T15 map. We're just going to run through a T15 map and kill everything, and we could do 1 million damage to a boss in a couple seconds. You saw it at the beginning of this video. jumping right into the Atlas, I'm just getting through this real fast. Of course, we're that Blood Mage. We're getting that Sanguimancy, that Vitality Siphon to Leech, Gore Spike, so critical damage bonus per 40 life, and that this is the best. This is what turns us online. Base critical hit chance for spells is 15%. This allows us to easily get 100% critical hit chance on all of our spells. Before you get this, which is the early mapping variant of our build, before you get this, the build is going to feel a little slow and harder to play. But once you finish, whether it's Secumus or Trial of Chaos, once you get your last Ascendancy and you get Sunder the Flesh, this entire build just explodes and unlocks. We had a great time on stream today. I did tons of Trials of Chaos, failed a bunch of times and died a bunch of runs. It happens, it's okay. Then you get the good runs, you get those fragments, you go fight Trial Master. Boom, I beat Trial Master, we got it. It was adrenaline rush, it was fun. Enjoy those moments, don't let those moments pass you up. I enjoyed those progressive moments personally, and I hope there's other people out there that really like that too, because Blood Mage, it is difficult to get your final Ascendancy by yourself because your build is not fully online. So it is a challenge in itself, and it is very rewarding when you can do it, because then you unlock this almost godlike character. So I hope you guys enjoy the journey to get to your 4th Ascendancy. It's really fun. But this is our current skill tree. We have it up on Mobalytics. I will have a Mobalytics guide linked in the description and down below in the comments, so you guys can go to Mobalytics and see the entire written guide. But this is currently where we're at on our skill tree. This skill tree prioritizes critical damage chance and critical damage bonus and critical strike chance. The more critical strike chance you get on your gear, like your wand, your focus, your helmet, anything like that, the more critical strike chance you get on your jewels, all these jewels, is less critical strike chance you have to get on your build. All these critical strike, you can start removing more and more of these. Like you see here, I've already removed a lot. You know, I removed a critical strike here, a critical strike here. In our early mapping variant, all of those are taken because you need as much critical strike as you can get. But with the standard variant, and you have Sunder the Flesh, you don't need them. It's overkill. You don't need all those critical strike. So it allows us to do other stuff. Now, this tree right now, I'm at level 87. So this tree is pretty much done at level 87 for the standard variant. This will let you do pretty much all the content. Right now, the next skills I'm taking is going to be these rest of these duration nodes right here that I skimped out on because I was trying to min-max our damage. We're going to come back and grab these. That'll take us to 89. And then that's pretty much where the standard variant is done. And then we're going to go to the high-end variant. So that is it for now, guys. I just wanted to get this YouTube video out because we have absolutely been having a blast on Twitch. I know this league has been spicy for a lot of people, and they've, have had some mixed feelings. I've enjoyed the journey. It has been hard. I don't think it's perfect. I think GGG is working on fixing a lot of things, but I don't think all the fun of this league, for me personally, has been overshadowed by the negative things. I'm having an absolute blast, and Blood Mage was already difficult. So I felt like I was just playing the same game as I was last league, because getting your Blood Mage all the way to endgame is not the easiest task. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys want to give Blood Mage a try. It's not for the faint of heart. It is a journey, but when you get to the journey and it's completed at the end, it feels so good. It feels so good. If you guys have questions, I didn't fully explain everything, jump on over to Twitch. I'm happy to help out. Ask me any questions, and we're constantly changing the build. We're going to be advancing the standard build every day, every probably week for the next couple weeks until we're done. But anyways, guys, that's it. I'm going to end up just ranting for the rest of the time. I got to go. It's getting late. I'll see you hopefully on Twitch or the next video when we give an updated standard variant or a high-end variant. I'll see you guys later.